to the world. Okay, so she's going to talk about. Yes, I'm going to read her bio in case you don't know who Tina Caul is. Okay, she's kind of a big deal. So she's going to talk about YouTube. If anybody follows.
Introduce myself.
No, yes. I'm introducing you. Okay, bumping you up. Okay, so YouTube. And then Instagram, you guys know Tina's all over the socials, which she didn't used to be, actually, right? This is a more recent thing. Tina's always done, her specialty is the cold calls and the listing presentation. So now we've added a whole new layer, which has brought a bunch of success. So according to Jenny, Tina Caul is one of Raleigh's most trusted luxury advisors and distinguished business and community leader. She started her career 24 years ago in Michigan. And they decided to relocate to North Carolina because it's warmer, and they founded their brokerage Caul Group Residential. She sold over 130 homes personally before she started her current team, and they work with individuals, investors, developers, and Caul Group ranks as the top resale team out of 12,000 brokers in Raleigh.
Wow.
Kind of a big deal. And this year, they're targeting 1,000 closings this year, right? That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Great job, guys. And she loves helping her agents deliver the wow to their clients. More importantly, assisting agents in impacting their business and personal lives through coaching and self-development. She also runs an international network of almost 1,500 agents called Access EXP. Our Access family. So give us some tips. Yeah.
I mean, that is very, very exciting bio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, I was born to 2 immigrant parents that couldn't speak very good English. I was really bad in school, and I hated speaking in public. But I get to do it more and more and more now, and it's exciting. So I think the theme that I'm hearing with both presentations is just do it. And if I take you guys back to when I turned 40, I think I was telling Nina this morning, we were talking about the TED Talk, and I said, funny story, Nina, I used to shake and be so nervous in front of crowds. Even my first time speaking at a panel with Lars Hedenberg in Charlotte, I sat behind the table and I just shook. Who has spoken public and shakes and has to go to the bathroom many more times than I care to share because you're nervous? And so it is really a thing that happens with social media is, oh my God, I have to see myself, I have to judge myself, and we are the worst critics of ourselves. And really, Kevin Caul always says this, you are taxi cab driver number 32 in someone's movie, meaning no one cares about you as much as you care about yourself. I mean, that's the reality, right? So we are the worst judge of ourselves. And the one thing that you'll see when these people, on social media are killing it, they're killing it because they probably have done it consistently over a period of time, and they've outworked you and not judged their own selves, as much as you are judging yourself. So the key out of all of this today is please just get started and know that in 2 or 3 years, it will get better. Today I want to talk about YouTube because I started social media with Instagram, and Instagram was okay, and we started 5 years ago because we moved to EXP. And I'm one of these agents, I never had my picture on my card. I thought that was weird. My doctor doesn't have their picture, my attorney doesn't have their picture. I didn't want to be a brand, I just wanted to be professional. I wanted to be really good at what I did, and I didn't care about all the glam stuff. And so I was the weirdo that was like, I'm gonna post my food on, here's what I'm eating, but that was it. I mean, you didn't know me, my family, I was nowhere to be found on socials. But when we moved to EXP Realty, one of my mentors there, Brent Gove, said, well, you're kind of opening a brokerage. And when you open a brokerage, you have to learn how to recruit, you have to learn how to train and retain, and you have to take all those years of the things that you learned, that you enjoyed, and the fruits of your labor, and then share it with others. And share, give it away for free, is what he said. The more you give, the more you will get. And I did that. I was like, Brent, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to share. And the first day, I remember that we opened our office 5 years ago, downstairs. We were in a little tiny office, just, probably the size of these 4 tables. We opened our doors and we allowed all the agents in the Triangle to come and watch my listing presentation. And then I had agents like Eric Anderson over at KW who was like, damn her, what's she doing? It was different, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah. But actually it was the same as Keller Williams because that's how they got me. Let's bring them in, let's teach them, let's train them, let's grow them. And so that concept just kept, I was like, I'm just gonna keep giving back. And one person would bring another person. We never talked about EXP, but everything grew. And what we did was we gave everything away, but we recorded everything. And when I tell you, when I started my YouTube channel, the best performing videos are the crappiest videos. They do not look good, and I'm gonna actually prove that because Charity's gonna hopefully pull up a video to show you guys our best performing video. It was grainy, it was shot on Zoom, it had no intro, it didn't say click.
Listing presentation, I'm not gonna do.
That's how it starts. It starts in the middle of, you don't even know what's going on. And
Is that your kitchen back there?
no, that was Caul
That was
Group.
Oh,
downstairs.
okay.
That was downstairs. I'm sitting on a chair like this in front of probably 12 people. And it
listing
starts at,
presentation. We'll talk about it as we go
this
through
is
it.
it.
We have the listing presentation recorded in several places, so.
Renee, you're a
if
star in
somebody
this video.
wants the listing presentation, just ask us and we'll.
So that's it. So when you look at the views, there's 131,000 views. This one video, we went through a listing presentation. We broke it down. We talked to the audience. Renee and I were on there. Renee was giving me shit and objection after objection after objection. And it sort of kind of went YouTube viral, not viral like 1 million views, but YouTube picked it up. And if you now go to YouTube and you say listing presentation, I pop up. It's the weirdest thing. So that launched, it was luck, right? We just decided to throw it on. It wasn't like I had a plan. I was freaking out about how the audio looked. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have a Zoom, a ring light. It was just put out content that people would want. And so that's what you guys have to think about. You guys have hundreds of thousands of dollars in your brains right now, and you are not monetizing it. You are not monetizing it. So that camera, I want you guys to think about it this way. That camera is your client. That camera should be in your face every time you are speaking to a client. If you have a little, what do you call those, Nina? Little holder thing.
Oh,
The little, here, the little selfie stick, thank you. So I'm taking clients out, right? I'm gonna show you guys. I've got my camera out. I'm taking clients out, I'm gonna show houses. You guys show up at a house, yes? And what do? Turn on the lights and do all your thing. Hey, this is Tina. Today I'm gonna be showing 123 Apple Lane to my clients. They're such a cute couple. They came from Iowa and we're gonna be looking at this adorable house. Here, let me show it to you guys before they get here. Turn the camera around and do what we do, which is just show the house. This is your client. And that's all you're doing. It's one quick intro, show the house. Turn the camera off, the client comes, and now you've got content for the day. When you're at the table and doing your buyer representation agreement, or you're going over, hey, Mr. Client, may I show you the process? Grab that again, right? We're at the kitchen table. Do you mind if I record this for training purposes? Because I actually happen to train people at my office. Do you mind? They're all gonna say, no, we don't mind. Great, you put that kind of on an angle, press the button, and now you've got a side angle of you presenting your presentation. That is clip after clip after clip after clip. And guess what? You're not performing. Like Nina said, you're not reading a script, which I have really awful videos reading a script because I'm a perfectionist. I want it to be perfect and it looks like shit. And I sound like crap and it's weird. My eyes are reading a script. You can totally see it. It's awful. You guys have the scripts. They're in your head. You cannot get your story wrong. You cannot get your job wrong. Just record yourself. When you do a Zoom with a client, record yourself. That's all content. So I decided to do YouTube because I wanted to throw those training videos onto a platform. And I'm one that I'll just fumble and make just whatever progress I can by learning and taking action. So as you can see, it said Tina Caul, action taker. Action takers are money makers. Remember that. We say it to our team all the time. I should make a t-shirt. Action takers are money makers. The problem that everybody has in this room that hasn't taken action is exactly that. You're just trying to get ready to get going to begin, and you're going to take a lot of notes today and you're going to do nothing with them. And that's going to cost you a lot of money while Nina and I are going to figure out how to make thousands of dollars just because we're putting our mugs out in public. And what happens is you guys get credibility. Your audience, you have to think of your audience, if it's buyers and sellers and they see you out there training and coaching, they're gonna go, wow, this person's coaching. What happens? You build ethos. Who knows what ethos means? Credibility. Credibility. So the more you are out there in public and the more you're speaking and the more you're creating content, you build ethos and credibility with your audience and with the agent population. So we don't have a clicker, so I guess you're gonna click.
My skill.
So I wanna make this very basic because we could go into me training on YouTube and all the little nuances, but basically the first thing you're gonna do in any platform is message to market match. What is the message I'm trying to deliver to my audience, and who is my audience? Who is my niche, right? Because what have you earned the right to talk about? Now, identify your niche. What are you an expert in, right? What do I love to do? Do I love to do single family homes? Do I love to do luxury? Do I love to work with investors? Do I love to do commercial? Whether it's listing presentations, like let's say you go into the coaching realm, listing presentations, luxury real estate, homestead, what is your niche? What are you good at? And what do you feel so comfortable talking about? That is what you want to start throwing out on social media. So for me, my YouTube channel was geared towards coaching. If I'm gonna go out and build a brokerage and I'm gonna help agents build, then I have to share what I know. And I don't know everything. I don't have a system, processes, all those little coaching things. I'm not a professional coach, but I did it. And so I can just say from my perspective, this is what I did. Right or wrong or indifferent, it's what I did. So this is what, I can share. So identify your niche. Why am I going to start this YouTube channel? If you're a brand new agent, there is a KW agent that is brand new. And what I loved about his YouTube channel, he has, I think, over 25,000 followers. He literally took out his little handheld, thing and walked around every day and said, I'm a new agent. I'm just starting. Let me take you through my day. Guess who followed him? All the new agents. And they literally just walked through his day when he messed up, when he was prospecting. He has such a great audience that engages because they feel like, oh my God, he's showing us what it's like to be in real estate. Now, when he wakes up one day and realizes that he's got a fortune there, because he can start bringing these people to a company that will actually reward him for teaching agents like EXP, then he can monetize that. But for now, he's like, I'm a new agent. This is what I do every day. That's his niche. And he's going to teach other new agents. When you build an audience, remember, one day, when you've created enough ethos and enough credibility, that audience that you're building is monetizable because you've built trust. They love you. They're following you. And now you can say, hey, I'm selling this product and I really think it will help you guys. And they'll go, great, we'll buy it. We'll buy it. And so that's what I did 5 years later. I have a $97 little product. For 5 years, I've been giving everything away for free. I made the little product. We bought a few YouTube ads, and now that product sometimes makes $10,000, $15,000 a month. But I did the work in the beginning to create the credibility, to give back, and now you can go and ask for something, right, to your audience. So define your niche. Why am I doing this? For you guys, it would be housing. One thing I want to say, maybe I'll say in the next slide. Go ahead, next slide. Thank you, Charity. Researching your audience, so know who you're talking to. So we just talked about that. Are your viewers new agents, home buyers, investors? So understanding their challenges. So when who in here has bought a house? Before you were a realtor, did you buy a house? Before you're a realtor, okay. So think about that experience. You guys have to do some homework tonight and say, okay, my audience is buyers and sellers. I need to go home and write down, what was my experience with that last agent? What did I like? What did I dislike? What were my pain points? What did I wish I knew now that I'm a real estate agent? What should that agent have been doing for me as a client? So your job is to figure out the pain points of the audience and then fix them. And then, like somebody said, create a hook. What is the hook? There are so many ways you guys can educate the public, but you got to have something saucy for them to want to click on and watch your videos. Like, here are the 3 mistakes most buyers make today when they buy a luxury property. Oh my God, what are the 3 mistakes? I need to know what the 3 mistakes are because I don't want to make a mistake. So you got to think about what is going to be catchy enough to stop the scroll or to make that person watch the video for a longer period of time. And on YouTube, it's long form content. Nina was right. On Instagram, it's 90 seconds. Do your thing, get in and get out. On YouTube, it's 5 minutes that you want to keep people on watching. That is the goal. And funny enough, I fumbled my way through it. Every video we posted was an hour long. It was completely wrong. We shouldn't post an hour-long video. You're not going to get that much attention. But what started to happen was the videos were good enough and they got 15 minutes of watch time. which is 3 times the amount of what most YouTubers get. We didn't know that. That made the video rank because they were watching it. And so that was kind of cool. It was a great mistake, but I would say don't do an hour-long video. It's way too long, people aren't watching it. So if you do a 15-minute video, you're hoping they'll watch for 5 minutes. So you wanna keep thinking, how do I get them to stay to the end? So you've gotta put a little bit of time and effort into researching your audience. Who are you talking to? What's my message to market match? And what are their pain points and how do I solve that pain? Next slide, Miss Charity. All right, so your content plan. So plan for consistency. The one thing that I see most agents fail at is they start a channel and then they forget about it. Who has done that? Be honest, be honest. A lot of us, all of us. I started TikTok and then I abandoned it because you can't do TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. There's so many platforms right now. So you have to think, who am I? What time do I have? Maybe I'll double down on Instagram because it's fast, or I don't like to do things on the fly. I would rather plan, sit behind my desk, get my little ring light, and be more in control of what I'm gonna say and how I'm gonna say it, and then plan out my days. So for me, it was a content calendar. So planning 2 weeks ahead and sitting down for an hour and saying, what am I gonna talk about? And then using tools like little spreadsheets or notes on your phone, anything that will just start you planning ahead. Because if you're gonna try to do YouTube on the fly, it's not gonna work unless you did it like us, where every week you are doing something for an audience, you're doing something for your team, you're doing something for a mastermind, and you're recording that content, and then you're just repurposing it. So again, if you guys are talking to clients and you're not repurposing your content, you are missing out on a lot of money because YouTube does pay. I think mine's like $1,800 a month. I forget what was Shanique's. 4,000 on the first check. 4,000 on our first check. Maybe I need to switch to TikTok. But again, I didn't do it for the making money part. I just did it to be consistent, and that has grown now to 18,000 followers. I think we are subscribers, and we have millions of views on all the videos. So take action consistently. If it's 1 video a week, I would start with, in your mind, 2 videos a month. That's it. Just start with 2. Then go to 1 video a week. Then you can do 2 videos a week and get better and better. The thing about YouTube right now, how many YouTubers are, if you Google finding a home in Raleigh, who knows how many YouTubers there are that are dominating? What's your guess in Raleigh?
No, there's 5 or 6. Yeah.
5, 6. How many agents are you guys competing against, not on YouTube, but just in our market?
15,000.
15,000. It's about, I think, 12 right now. We've gone down. So you can either compete against 12,000 agents in the market, boots on the ground, or compete against 5. Think about that, because people go, oh, that person, they dominate them. They dominate. That Chris guy, yeah, he's got all the videos on YouTube. He doesn't dominate. There's 5 people doing YouTube right now. Literally, there's Chris Morton, one lady that I can't remember, Ellen Pitts, yeah, Ellen Pitts. Allison W. I mean, literally there's 4 or 5 people, guys. So if you just say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it every week, because the people that like Allison won't like you. And the people that like you won't like Allison, just like all of us. We have lots of clients. Have they met with other realtors and then used you? Yeah, because they like you better. It's the same thing and so much less competition. So if you are not utilizing YouTube for your listing videos and walking through neighborhoods, we're missing out. Okay, next slide. So investing in quality equipment eventually. I think this is where people get tripped up. Well, I don't have a microphone, I don't have a ring light, and I don't have a this, and I don't have a that. You literally need your phone, which is the best camera that you can buy, because we spend thousands of dollars for these Apple phones, right? And they get better and better, and that's why we go upgrade them. So you don't need a big budget. Zoom worked for me. Every one of our videos is a crappy Zoom video. I mean, I can't stress that enough. A crappy Zoom grainy video, and agents will obsess over it. Every time, and Kevin hates when this happens, I'm at the airport. I'm in South Carolina. I was in California, and people will walk up to me and say, oh my God, I watched your YouTube video. It's kind of creepy, but they watch it over and over. Think about that, like the reach in an airport, in a restaurant. And so creating that ethos and that credibility, just get yourselves out there, because I promise you, it will work. So you don't need a big budget. Zoom worked for me, but eventually you want to have a little microphone, which you can get for under $100. I'm going to have Charity link all of the stuff that I use in a spreadsheet, and she'll send it out. But a little microphone, a little Zoom ring light would be great. A gimbal, which I've tried to use one. I'm not smart enough to use it. I just can't use it really well, so my gimbal is myself. And it's faster. I'm very simple, people. Like, everything is very simple, but I'm consistent. So that's the big one. So ring light, little mic, your laptop, and eventually a VA. You can hire a VA. I use myoutdesk.com. You can get a VA for $5 an hour. So I have a gal who's amazing in Mexico City, Diana, who takes all of the content that I shoot out in the field with agents, Zoom videos, trainings that you want to do, and I send it to Diana. Diana cuts it up, chops it up, puts it on the socials for me. $5 an hour. She's thrilled to do it. Thrilled to do it. Like, you're giving people jobs. That's a lot of money to them. And so why not? And that gives you an affordable way to have an assistant. And they can do anything for you, but I would say start there. So do not overthink the equipment. You need your phone and your face. Okay.
Say that again?
Who's the VA person again?
VA is myoutdesk.com. Myoutdesk.com. There's other VA who else uses a VA company that they like? Who do you use?
It's just called myva.com.
Myva.com. Yep.
I had my son use them for his job, for his work, and he's got like 6 VAs.
Yeah. I mean, you can go to upwork.com. Upwork.com for people to make thumbnails and little things like that. I mean, you can get things done so cheap, so don't overthink it and don't think you have to do it all yourself. In fact, don't do it all yourself or it will never get done. Count on somebody else, because your job is to be the star and to be the creator. And if you can't think of what to say, you can literally go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is my assistant, it's my best friend. I literally will go and ask it, ChatGPT, I am making a YouTube channel. I am a real estate agent in Cary, North Carolina. Here's my price points. Here's what I love to talk about. Here's what I'm really good at. Can you create some content for me and give me some ideas? Yes. And then refine these ideas to do. I mean, you guys can really have a lot of help. So there is no excuse. And I don't know what to say or I don't know what to do. But don't let it write you a script, because you will not be good at it. You're not Tom Cruise. We're terrible at reading scripts. Okay. Next slide, Miss Charity. So optimizing with tools. So I was just, fiddling around with YouTube when I first started, and then somebody said, hey, you should download TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy is a very easy way to help you with all the tutorials. It helps you with the hashtags. It helps you literally through the entire process. You can't break it, but I would start with TubeBuddy. It's fantastic. And when you're on there and you upload your first video, TubeBuddy literally walks you through it. It is like YouTube for dummies. The next level is vidIQ. So it's more advanced, but it is an online education system. It just has more analytics. I like it better now. So if you are techie, you can start with that one. But I love TubeBuddy for people that are starting. And then another thing, if you want to elevate, if you're going to do talking head videos, which is you talking into the camera, I love Riverside. So Riverside is like Zoom, but 10 times better. It's clear quality, it's crisp audio, it's just really, really good. For those of you that are like, well, I still probably won't do it, I really need help. I started years ago with viral marketing. They're about $500 a month, but what viral marketing will do is they will have a coach for you every week. They meet with you weekly. They shoot your videos with you through Riverside. So they'll say, this is what you're talking about today. They study your market. They allow you, and then they take your videos, they put them on your own blog, they put it on your own channel, and they send it out to your past clients. So if you really want help with staying in front of your past clients, creating YouTube content, having somebody do the whole thing for you, it's $500 a month. So it's expensive-ish, but again, it might cost you more not to do it, right? So that's a great investment if you want help. Next slide, Miss Charity. All right, so engaging with your audience. If you go to our YouTube and look at a lot of the videos, we do talk to our audience. So we try to respond to every single person because again, more engagement, the algorithm says, oh, this is a really good video. Let's keep encouraging more people to watch it. So encourage your viewers at the end of your videos, please like, please share. Again, you're giving them those embedded commands to help you build the channel. So you will build that loyal fan base that knows, likes, and trusts you, but you have to engage with them. So I would say I work during the day, I build my empire at night. At night, I did all my social media, literally in bed. I would talk to my audience, I would respond to their texts. It takes a lot of tenacity work because it's all these little things that you feel like you have to do. It's exhaustive, but right now it's sort of running on autopilot. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to be so there. Now Diana does a lot of the responses. But in the beginning, you guys have to sort of jump in and be that person because you want to create your voice. You don't want to have somebody else doing it because it's not you. So engaging with your audience builds trust. Number 8. So analyzing and adjust, again, learning your analytics. When I realized that that listing video did well, because I looked at the analytics on TubeBuddy and it said, hey, this video did really well. My thought was, well, if listing presentation is what buyers and what agents want, I'm gonna do more of it. And then we started to hammer out more listing presentation videos, everything around listings. And we saw that some of those videos have 13,000, 15,000, 25,000 views. So you want to regularly review the analytics, study the top performing videos, and then learn what your competitors are doing. To me, if I were going to do a YouTube channel on housing, I would look at what Allison W does. I would look at what Chris does. And YouTube Buddy, literally you can put in Chris Morton, Allison W, all your competitors, and it will take their videos and it will analyze them for you, give you the top performing ones, the top hashtags. Like you could literally copy and you don't have to like think of this all yourself. So you can take their videos, but be you and repurpose them. Because realtors pretty much say the same thing, do we not? And it's not like you can't do a buyer agency agreement 1,400 different ways. So you can see what actually works and then work that to your benefit. Number 9. So cross promoting on socials, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You want to cross promote your channel. So when I do an Instagram, in the links above an Instagram, it allows you to cross promote. So I put my YouTube channel there and I want people as a taste to go to Instagram, and then for longer form video, I shoot them over to YouTube. Whereas somebody else might take their TikTok videos and shoot them over to Instagram. Wherever your main page is that you want to capture email addresses, capture audience, you want to take all the other channels and point them to your main source. For me, it's YouTube. I want more and more people to go to YouTube because right now the YouTube channel, we analyzed and sat there and looked, all of the agents that have come to EXP in other states, not locally, but other states, which we have in 42 states, they have come from YouTube. I watched you on YouTube, I want to join EXP. I watched you on YouTube, I want to join EXP. We don't ask them to join EXP. They watch me on YouTube and they want to join what? Our community. People don't join brokerages, they join people. So if they love Linda, like Linda, I love you, I watch your stuff, I really resonate with you, can you tell me how I join you? And that's where you guys will see that you want to cross promote and point everything everywhere. The other thing to think about is if you're doing a YouTube channel, interviewing other people. So if I interview Nina on my YouTube channel, hey Nina, I want you to do that same presentation on my YouTube channel. I'm going to do a quick 20-30 minute interview. Then I'm going to take all the content and stick it in an AI bot that can chop it all up or send it to Diana for $5 an hour, like we said, our VA. I'm going to get 15 different little shorts from that 15-20 minute interview. Then I'm going to send it to Nina and say, hey Nina, here's all this interview about you. Nina goes, oh my God, somebody just gave me free content of me talking. How wonderful. Nina is then going to cross promote and throw all of my channel onto her page, right? So now I'm capturing Nina's audience. It's called audience sharing. You see Tony Robbins do it with, Brendan Burchard, and you see Mel Robbins do it with right? They do it with each other because they realize they're better together. They're cross promoting audiences because if they have the same, right now everyone's hope dealing. Do you notice that? They're just dealing hope. And that is a big thing right now. And they're making billions of dollars doing it. And they're all in the hope selling business, cross promoting each other. So you can cross promote within this group. You can cross promote finding agents that are crushing it on social media, agents that are crushing it with YouTube channels, whatever it is, and just start interviewing them for 15 minutes. It's a great way to build your channel. Ooh, maybe this is the last but not least. Trust the process. So be patient. It takes time. I don't know if you guys were here last month, but we talked about everything in life is a process. You have to learn the process of YouTube. Then you have to practice. Then you have to have patience. Then you'll feel empowered by the first year or two because you're doing it. Then you'll get a passion for it because you're like, I know how to do this. And then you'll find your purpose and go, man, my purpose was to build an audience, to capture more people to this company that know what we're like, and to let people have a seat at our table before we even have a relationship with them. That was the purpose of it. And so we found our purpose. So just know that it takes time, and results will follow with persistence. And then last, I think, Nina, you touched on this, and I always talk about this, is be authentic. Number 11 is be authentic. Everybody else is taken. So you can get inspiration from other people, but you have not walked my path. In 24 years, I've had a different experience. You're not Nina. She's very comfortable on camera. I watch her up here and she's glowing. That was not me at 40. I was completely different. So Nina's gonna have a competitive advantage for somebody who wants to be a professional speaker. Why? Because she likes to speak. That's a competitive advantage. So you're not Nina, you're not me. Be you. Just keep being consistent. We see how you look. So yes, filters are great. I use the Instagram filter because I love it. There's also one that GoGo, who knows GoGo at EXP? GoGo taught me this one. I used it a long time ago. It's called Facetune.
Oh, yeah.
It puts makeup on you. So Instagram sometimes puts makeup on you, I think, but it looks really fake. This looks really real, and it puts makeup on your face. Sorry, guys, I don't know what it does for you. Whitens your teeth. You need to whiten your teeth. So, whatever makes you feel better, but at the end of the day, we see you, we know what you look like, we know what wrinkles you have. Just put your mug out there, be yourself. Don't overjudge. Film it and let it go. Send it to someone else to do this stuff, but you guys got this. I'll open it up for questions. I think we're at time. Ooh, look at me, right up. 1 minute left. Yay. Who has a YouTube channel? Yay, okay, so are you?
Define having.
Well, it's that same thing. I have one, but I don't do anything with it.
Define. Look, did we create one?
You
Yes.
have one then, you have one.
Yeah, no, you don't have one. Are you using it?
Are you using it? But you have one. Now are you using it consistently? So who has success with YouTube? Who's having success? You? Okay. Just
One.
What, nobody else?
one person? How often do you shoot and post? Once?
I've been lazier, like I said
Yeah.
recently, but I try to get at least 1 to 2 posts a month.
1 to 2 posts a month. See, that's what it's 1 to 2 a month. That's it. And I think what people get discouraged on is, oh, I'm not getting any followers. I'm not getting any traction. Nobody's watching my video. It doesn't matter. One of the guys, I forget his name, and I went to a conference. He now has millions and millions of followers. He did his podcast for 7 years with hardly any followers. And then one day he did this one podcast and it took off. I forget the subject matter, but it literally exploded him to millions of dollars. So he just stayed consistent. And so the thing is, do what you love. If you like, which platform do you love to use that you're comfortable, go in all in on that one. Don't try to be a YouTube star if you're never going to film long content.
Speaking to trusting the process and
Yeah.
being consistent, when I saw that Shanika was coming, I was telling them in Mastermind, like I already knew her.
Did you?
because In our area, my husband, we started real estate. I would just go on TikTok and just put in Franklinton.
Yes.
And the only person that consistently popped up was her.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know, like, what should I be doing in real estate? So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna record, like, I'm gonna do what she's doing.
That's right.
So we started a TikTok page, and we started just recording, and I tried to put my little twist on it. And we started showing, we were still under her, but we
Sure.
started showing up in the For You page, but I just.
You gave up.
I just gave up. So this
Right.
looking back, that was like around April of this year.
Yeah.
And that was before I came to the Caul Group. So then I started like, all right, I don't have time to record and stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to really.
I don't have time to get rich. I don't have time to do that.
So I'm sitting like you were saying with the YouTubers, like it's only about 4 or 5 people that you count on.
Yeah.
There's not that many people in my area that's doing this, but she has been really consistent. So if you type in Youngsville, Franklinton, she's
Yes.
gonna pop up showing you these new constructions. And I'm like, we were right there, and not even competing with her, but we were right there. We just gave up.
You get, and I'm telling you, she has no competition because everyone gives up.
Mhm.
It is the secret sauce to success, the tenacity to keep going. Like that's it. That is it. And it's so simple, and people want to give you all these accolades. You're like, what did I do? I just worked.
Yeah.
Literally, I just worked consistently over a period of time. And so time and the work. And when you think about, like, I was talking to somebody and they were talking about passion, and passion takes sacrifice. Like it takes like you sacrificing something, and it would be your time or the annoyance or whatever. Like it's suffering. Suffering is that passion. You have to suffer for your passion, and I have done plenty of suffering. So now I'm okay with the rewards, but that's it. Suffer through it. And just do it and keep going and keep going. I love that. We're gonna get her. That's it. We're getting her. We're coming for you. Who else has a question?
But just to
Or
kind of
comment.
piggyback on what she said, because what did she do? You were talking about in your presentation, she
Niche.
down.
Yeah, niche down.
You know, because it's only that specific area.
That's right.
That you're talking about, and you said when you search there, she shows up all the time.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah. And I think sometimes we're very creative too, and we see all these shiny objects and we start changing our plan because you know what? We get bored. Everybody gets bored. Realtors get bored. Every 3 years, I just read a statistic that agents jump brokerages. Why? Because they're bored. They're bored of the people. They need new excitement and they want to jump to something. So I find agents will do that with their strategy. Oh, I got to go over here because it's so exciting.
That is why I am blissfully clueless, because
Good.
if you don't pay attention to everything else that's going
Yep.
on out there, you're going to stay authentic to you.
That's
And
it.
you're gonna keep recording your content, and it
Correct.
does not matter what anybody else is doing.
True.
So I filter out everybody
I'm
and
with
just,
you.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm with
Stay
you.
in your zone.
Stay in your lane. Kevin used to say that to me when we were here building our business. I would go, well, Marty Hampton has these flyers. He's like, who cares? You sold 15 houses last month. Do you need this shiny? Do what works. Keep it simple, stupid. Like, I think we have so many options and we don't double down on anything. So I love that you guys are just pick one thing and then do it for a year or two. And then you'll see a little bit of traction, right? Don't try to have her luck. That happened to her. Make your own luck, right? It will happen. Any other questions before I exit? All right, who is next?
Yay, now we have Kelly.
Woohoo!
Kelly.